Hello there, John the Osteopath here again, continuing the theme of shoulder exercises. If you're watching one of my posts recently, you'll see I did a lot of exercises with some TheraBands for the shoulder joints. Now, what if you don't have a TheraBand? Now, all of my clients do not have bands. I tell them, buy a band, do some exercises, improve the strength within your shoulder joints, and you'll be fine. But of course, they say, well, I must do that, but what do? They don't do it. So let's see what else we could do. Now, this is not a substitute for a band. It's not as good, okay? But it will get you there and will make your mind attuned to going out there and getting yourself a band. So in the meantime, before you get yourself a band and you want to work those shoulders, grab a towel, okay? If you don't have a towel, well, actually I think everyone's got a towel, haven't they? Even a piece of rope, something, or a belt. Anyway, grab hold of it. And then you want to make sure it's nice and tight, get a nice grip on it. You want to hold it, say, just a bit more than the shoulder width apart. Now you're going to, don't let it go floppy, you want to pull it apart, keep it tight. So you're really squeezing and pulling that apart. So you're just squeezing and pulling it apart, just in this position here, like so. What you're doing is you're working the rear deltoids. You're also working the rhomboids behind you. I want you to try and think in particular about the muscles you're working. Squeeze the shoulder blades together as you're doing the movement, okay? It's not just, I'm not going to just pull it apart as hard as I can. You're simply going to pull it and feel what you're doing. Be aware of the anatomy of your body. Be aware of the muscles, like I said, the rear deltoid, the back of the arm here. Be aware of the little rotator cuff muscles in the back of the shoulder, and behind that, in here, the rhomboid muscles, which bring everything back to here, okay? So they're the muscles you're really wanting to focus on. So like I said before, hold that in front of you, pull apart. And if you want, you can pull it a little bit, you can row it a bit towards you as well, but not too far. I mean, I tend to find, if I'm going too far, what happens is the elbow, as you can see, goes beyond the body. When that happens, you get rotation, internal rotation of the shoulder, which, funny enough, the shoulder doesn't tend to like if you've got damage. Now, I've got damage to my right shoulder, and there's some cartilaginous tears and horrible things going on there. The last thing I want to do is do that, okay? So I need to try to keep the elbows, when I'm pulling back, do it from the mirror if you can, so you can watch yourself. Pull it, don't pull it too far back, okay? Just keep squeezing everything through here, right? So I don't want you here, I want you just about here, okay? You can also do it with the other arms this way around. Like so, again, pull it apart and then row it towards you part of the way, okay? Sometimes the reduced range of motion is better. So you can row it from here to here, from here to here. And you're using what's called an isometric contraction as you're pulling everything apart whilst combining it with a concentric movement, okay? You can do it at other angles too. You can take it above your head. So you can pretend, for example, you're doing a lat pull down. You bring it above your head. Again, pull it apart tightly. Pull down to your front of your chest, just above the chest. And you don't actually have to touch. If you're pulling it as you're touching, what happens is the shoulders get internally rotated. So just pull it to about here. So about feeling the range of motion. Now I know in the gym they always say to you, use the full range of motion. The thing is, if you are using the full range of motion, sometimes you do get the wrong muscles to kick in. And on this occasion, don't use the full range of motion. Use slightly less, okay? And that way you get the full contraction of the muscles you're working on, okay? Of course, my favourite way of doing this is I like to hold it in front, doing a face pull. You're pulling it literally to the face in that angle, okay? So as you can see, those arms are not going to internally rotate at all, okay? So simply arm in front, pull the band or the towel apart, then pull up towards your forehead and release, pull towards the forehead and release. The whole time maintain the tension, feel the back of the shoulder here, and do this ideally for as many reps as you can comfortably. Remember, the harder you're pulling, the less reps you'll be able to do. So I would probably recommend anything between 6 and 20 repetitions per set. I simply work my way through the different exercises. So I tend to start low, I move up to high, I move up to the face pull, and I finish it off with an underhand grip like so, as if I were doing a regular back workout. But I just do one set of each because I'm working pretty hard. And after I've done that, it feels really nice and loose. You can just, if you want to, just gently roll the shoulders afterwards, okay? Don't push the range of motion. You're just lubricating the joints after you've done that on both sides. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this is something that will help you. Of course, like I said, it is no substitute for using a band, but it's almost as good, okay? So it's a good starter for you to get the feel of the exercise before you actually go out there and buy the bands, which I'm sure at some point you will do. You know who I'm talking to. I've told you a million times, buy some bands and you still haven't got them. Anyway, you take care. See you soon.